Right? Right? Hallelujah. It's in the air today. Soak it in. Soak it in. Rejoice. You're alive. We're alive. There's lots of good energy coming your way. Receive the power of love. Receive the power of the divine mind. Welcome, friends. Welcome. Alleluia. Alleluia. I hope you feel the love and the joy and the peace that's in the air, that's available. It's all available. All the other stuff's available too, don't get me wrong. But love, peace, compassion, forgiveness, grace, gentleness, power, strength, connectedness, oneness, interconnection, interdependence, lushness, fertility, abundance. All of this is available too. All of this is available to all the colors of the rainbow, of the earth. Grounding is available. Reaching towards the heavens is available. It's all available. What a gift. Gratitude. Gratitude is available. And the more I tap into that gratitude vibration, I tell you what, the more I'm able to access all those higher vibrations I was just sharing about. They become more visible. They become more apparent. They become more readily available and accessible because your eyes are attuned to them. Your heart is attuned to them. Your ears, all the senses, the touch, the taste. It's contagious. Just as contagious as the fear and the low vibes and all of that, the high vibes are contagious as well. I mean, have you ever laughed by yourself and then suddenly everyone around you is laughing? Or you smile at someone and suddenly they smile back? The good vibes are contagious. We're doing it right now. We're doing it right now. Exchanging the good vibes, exchanging the love. Y'all, welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm Taylor. I realize I usually don't introduce myself. I'm just like, assume everybody knows who I am, but a lot of friends come on here, find these videos, and have no idea who I am. So it's a cool question. I'm Taylor. I am a Usui Holy Fire Reiki Master teacher, as well as a holistic, raw vegan health coach and advocate for radiant health, as well as spiritual awakening. Because friends, you can have them both and they go hand in hand, they dance together. And really, I mean, it's a shame to miss out on one or the other when you can have both. And they support each other, and enhance each other and synergize, right? We're in bodies, and these bodies are vehicles to awakening. Good health facilitates that awakening. Awakening facilitates good health, right? Yeah. So this is day 33 of the 40 days of Reiki. No, I didn't forget about it. Some of y'all were here yesterday. We had a little break. I've been in Costa Rica, where I still am, and I was doing a retreat and I disconnected because, friends, that's healthy. That's healthy. It's good to disconnect every now and then, take some time off, some time away from the screens, and, go within. Whether it's just in the daily, right? Just having some time every day when you're screenless, you're screen free. Obviously when you sleep. I hope when you sleep. I know some people, they sleep with, the television on, and that's really not a good idea. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but that's really not that great of an idea. You playing meditation music all night, all right, that's one thing. But, you playing the news all night, that's another thing. Talk about programming your brain. So, day 33 of the 40 days of Reiki. I can see this is going to be a day where I'm like having to keep rerouting myself because my energy is very vata. It's very expansive right now. It's very airy. And I'm just rolling with it. So, welcome. My intention with this 40 days of Reiki is to educate, inform, inspire, and intrigue you about Reiki as a tool for healing in mind, body, soul, and spirit. All of these levels, Reiki goes doot, doot, doot. Can do the physical, can do the mental, the emotional, the soul level, the soul history, as well as, the spirit, right? And Reiki is spiritually guided life force energy. You don't like the spiritually guided part? Think of it as universal life force energy. Think of it as, it comes from just a high source. You don't have to know who. Right? We really don't know who. And it really doesn't matter. This is good stuff. It's good stuff. Mom in the house. Hello, Mom. I'm going to call you after this. Happy Easter. Happy Easter, everyone. That's something Mom always says to me. Happy Easter. It is a happy day, a very happy day, in celebration of the Jesucristo, the Master Healer, Jesus Christ, who, gave and continues to give so many gifts to us human beings and all the creatures on earth. What else? Yeah, okay, so I was mentioning Reiki as a tool for healing, all the levels, as well as a tool for spiritual awakening, okay? And this one, I didn't really get that at the beginning. I did my first Reiki class. I was like, I'm a healer, holistic healer. Like, this will be a good way to heal, right? And then I was like, whoa, did the Reiki experiences in the trainings, and was like, oh my God, I'm dropping into like the Buddhist, pure white, pure consciousness, enlightenment space, okay, that I dropped into before, when my Buddhist meditation teachers, what their teachers' jobs is to give students glimpses of what enlightenment is like while they're alive in bodies. And in Buddhist thought, Tibetan Buddhist specifically, it's thought that you get your big chance at enlightenment when you die. It's easiest, right? You're shedding your body, and like that's not going to be any kind of barrier or any separation any longer. And you have a chance to merge. Now you can go through whatever your belief system is and like experience heaven, hell, purgatory, whatever. There's all those possibilities too. But in the Tibetan Buddhist thought, it's like if you just merge into, just open up, receive, let go, really let go, you drop into like the pure consciousness space, this whole white space. And I kept finding myself in these Reiki guided experiences, which are shared in a Reiki 1 and 2 training, which I'll be teaching. Yes, I will, in May. Some of y'all are signed up for it. I encourage everyone to do so. The link is in my bio. If you resonate with me, if you're liking the energy, come take Reiki with me. So yeah, as soon as, my Reiki 1 and 2 training, I dropped into that pure consciousness state. Am I saying everybody who does a Reiki training has that experience? No, of course not. Am I saying that I'm the only one that does? Absolutely not. You know, a lot of people have different experiences, very different experiences. The experiences are diverse as the number of individuals having those experiences, because that's how we are. We are all unique. So I managed to get that announcement out. I am teaching Reiki 1 and 2 in May online. So you can take the class from anywhere. You don't have to be where I am in Costa Rica. I'll be teaching from Hawaii. So you're not going to have to be in Hawaii. Maybe sometime in the future I will for sure. Spoiler alert, I'll do in-person Reiki trainings and retreats and that kind of thing. That's all coming down the pipe. Lots to look forward to. But I'm also very, very passionate about teaching Reiki online, because cool thing about that, it works. Like, the energy doesn't care. In fact, the energy really likes us using technology more and more and being shared online, because that actually embeds the Reiki frequency into all of this technology, into all of the, the Wi-Fi airwaves. I don't know what they are, right? Like, I'm probably going to sound very uneducated talking about this, but through those frequencies, however the internet works, like, Reiki is able to get in that layer of connectivity, that way that we all are connected. It gets into the EMF, okay? It gets into the electromagnetic frequencies. And so, okay, this is good, because a lot of us here probably are worried about things like the 5, that letter comes after A, B, C, D, E, F, H, I, J, that one, okay? So actually doing Reiki sessions, teaching Reiki courses is really going to help out in mitigating any kind of effects from that radiation, from those frequencies. It's putting healing energy into those frequencies. So that's like another really cool level of it. Also, another benefit of taking Reiki classes online, even experiencing Reiki sessions online, what we've been finding as practitioners is that it's actually cultivating and developing new skills in the recipients of Reiki, Reiki practitioners, anyone on either side of it, because it's really been like opening up more clairvoyance. This inner seeing, this inner knowing, it's opening up intuition more powerfully, because in a physical session you're having the sensory, the touch kind of, it's different. You're having different stimulation, different sensations. And in a distant session, it's like you're really dropping in and tuning into the energy working itself around your body, around your field. There's no practitioner with hands on you. So for you to experience and tap in, it's like it's enlightening those abilities. It's actually helping bring those more forward. So that's another really cool benefit of it. If y'all are interested, again, if you're vibing, I'm teaching Reiki 1 and 2 online. The link to that is in my bio on YouTube. It will be in the description. Y'all can see more information about it, but it's a full training. It's a 2-day. It is full on, you will have amazing guided Reiki experiences, receive healing yourself. You'll be empowered to give Reiki to yourself. You'll be empowered to share Reiki with others, with your pets, with your family, with your friends, or practice actually professionally. So you will be empowered, you'll be credentialed and qualified, you will have a certificate, you will be certified Reiki 2, Holy Fire, Usui, lineage, and you'll be able to give sessions either in person or online if you choose, and charge money for it. So that's up to you. I did start doing that immediately after my Reiki 2 training. I was like, get me with the people, the energy wants to be shared. Okay, I was very, very strongly compelled. So if you're feeling healing in any of these lives, share them. Share them to your story, share them to your social media, share them with family, with friends, because in the invocation, which we're about to do, I share the energy with you, so you receive the Reiki healing if you want the Reiki energy. If you're not so sure about it, you're still like, what is Reiki? It's universal life force energy. It's spiritually guided life force energy. It comes from a very high source. And it's really amazing, beautiful vibes. It's good vibes. It's unconditional love. It's pure love, light of creation. The training is taking place in May. It's May 22nd, 23rd, I believe. It's a Saturday and Sunday. And yeah, it's online. We will be using live Zoom meetings. So everything is taking place live. There is practice time where you're actually practicing with another student. You know, you receive all the guided experiences yourself. It's so comfortable too, because it's like, you know, you can make your own food at home. Like, there's lunch break, there's snack time. Oh, you gotta pee, no worry. You know, you mute yourself, you go. I mean, it's really quite comfortable. It's like, and the interaction and the vibes are, you know, just as good. Like, we give the hugs, we give the love. And it's definitely going to be a very awesome experience. So all the info for that is linked in my bio. May 22nd, 23rd, I believe it is, and it's a Saturday and Sunday. And I will be teaching from Hawaii, but we'll be doing it at Pacific time. So it'll be like a little more normal time for people, because Hawaii, like, you know, we're in the middle of the ocean. We're on like our own time frame. I'll be waking up a bit earlier and, you know, starting things a bit earlier than maybe I'm even comfortable with, because I want to accommodate as many time zones as possible. But, you know, it's just 2 days, so like we'll just roll with the strange times, you know, all in it together. And that's the thing when you're working with a lot of Reiki energy, friends. Like, you know, sleep levels can really fluctuate. Like, you don't need as much. How much food you even need can kind of fluctuate as well. Like, how much energy you have, you really get a lot from it. It's quite interesting. Yeah, check the compatibility with European times. Yeah, you know, I've taken the trainings, and it's like all the friends in the UK, they're just like, all right, we're doing the all-nighter. We're rolling with it, you know. So having a good attitude and understanding, like, that it might be a bit of a sleepover party hours, and to understand that, yeah, check out the Pacific Standard Times. And, you know, if I find that all my people are European or something, oh, there's flexibility in that. So I'll see what's needed, but definitely check it out. I'd love to have you know me Gunkler, if I'm saying that right. So I've been talking a lot, and the Reiki's already flowing, but let's call it in even more, shall we? Let me just clear my throat chakra. All right, friends, so we're gonna do the invocation. Sleepovers can be fun. Exactly, this is an adult healing sleepover. I mean, come on, it's gonna be a good time. Oh, we have a question. Mostly raw vegan last 3 years. Why eating meat is coming to me. Inside tells me I feel way better. This is a raw vegan question. We're talking about Reiki right here, but maybe, you know what, maybe chill and like listen to this Reiki invocation, and I may address that on the other side. We'll see. Okay, we'll see. All right, so everyone, if y'all could just tune in, close your eyes, take some deep breaths, receive some healing. So make space in your mind, in your heart, in your body to receive some healing, to receive some good vibes, to touch into that stillness, that peace, that love that's within all of us, and sometimes can be covered with layers. Layers of conditioning, programming, life experiences. just being a human, you know? There are innately human challenges that we face on planet Earth. But, and all of us at our cores are still whole and perfect and beautiful. And that can be accessed and made available to all of us by tuning into the breath, tuning into our hearts, and opening to receive the light of Reiki. Fills the space around you. As you breathe in, the light of Reiki flows in on your breath and fills your body. You receive the light, and the light within you wakes up and is revealed to you. This is the light of your life force, your spirit. There are archangels standing at the corners of the land and on every side, standing all around you, and they shine their light into the light. As you breathe in, the power of love fills your breath, and you receive the power of love. And the power of love within you wakes up and is revealed. You remember, love is who you are at the core of your being. The light of the divine mind fills your breath, and as you breathe in, you receive the power of the divine mind, and the divine mind within you wakes up. Your higher consciousness, your higher thought is present, and the field of possibilities is open. Your intuition, instincts, and imagination are awake. Your inner guidance, your inner truth, and your inner authority are revealed. Your heightened perceptions, senses, instincts, and observations are awake and present and revealed to you. The light of the divine heart fills your breath, and as you breathe in, you receive the power of the divine heart, and the divine heart within you wakes up, and your heart light is revealed. Your heart light shines out in front of you, on each side, above you, below you, within you. This is your divine presence, and as you see your divine presence, you see it in everything and everyone around you. The light of the earth rises through you and fills your body and your breath, and you remember that your body is made of the earth mother. Your body gives your life force, your spirit, breath, and life. Your body is the treasure house for your great beaming light. Your pure human spirit is revealed. The light of creation, the light of God, fills the air you breathe and flows in and reveals the light of creation, the light of God in you. Your divine spirit is revealed. Your divine spirit and human spirit unify in your breath. When you listen, you can hear the heartbeat of the earth and the heartbeat of creation beating in the same rhythm as your heart. The light of creation and the light of your body are one light within you. Your divine nature is present in your human nature. Your divine nature is present in your human nature. Your divine nature is present in your human nature. You remember your beautiful spirit, your life force, is here in your life, in this moment, in time. Look into your heart and say thank you to you for showing up today. Take this time to notice how deeply you love, how deeply you care. We say thank you to each other. We are meant to be here together today. We say thank you to the angels and the enlightened ones who join us. And thank you to the teachers who come before us and the descendants who come after us. We are honored to be among them. Aho, amen, namaste, and so it is. Thank you, mahalo, gracias. As a child of God, I claim my power and purpose as a servant of God. I demand that all darkness leave me and all who are watching immediately and be sent into the light to be healed. Into the light be healed, into the light be healed, into the light be healed. I ask that Archangel Michael place me and all who are watching in his blue bubble of protection against all darkness. You are loved, you are protected, you are whole. Soak it in, breathe it in. Breathe in Reiki. Breathe out love. Y'all can start coming back whenever you're ready. Beautiful friends, beautiful friends. Thank you for being here. Hope you're feeling the love, feeling the energy. It respects free will. As I always say, Reiki respects free will. So it goes where people are open to it, and it doesn't go if someone doesn't want it. Reiki always does good. It does no harm. It's a very high consciousness, so it's not into that. It's not into disrespecting free will. It's not into, going where it's not wanted, and it's not into creating harm. That was really nice. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Nomi. Yeah, that's an invocation. That's an example of an invocation that is mostly from my Reiki master teacher. She's very talented at the invocations and has shared them with her students and with anyone who's interested. And they're really beautiful because they call in the energy. I like to start my sessions with these a lot of times just to settle, invite the Reiki energy to really fill me, and of course, everybody who's on the receiving end, inviting in, calling in the Reiki energy, calling in any of my guides, maybe, Master Healer Jesus, etc., any of your guides as well. If you relate to guides in a way, I understand some people don't, and I know this is even always kind of shifting for me too. As I learn more and as I heal more, they're like, Taylor, you are the guides too. Like, oh man. Oh man. But really calling in all the spiritual support, because a lot of this is like within any of our belief systems too. So if for you guides are really real, you have specific angels you work with, specific beings you work with, those are definitely invited in. And if it's more, just pure consciousness for you, that's certainly invited in too. So yeah, Reiki works with any and all belief systems. As I've said many times here, it's not a religion. It's not something where you have to be Christian or not Christian to be a part of it. Yeah, Nomi saying that, are you a woman, Nomi? I can't tell with your picture, it looks like it, that you've been relating to God and Jesus recently. Yeah, and that's one of the beautiful things about this style and lineage of Reiki, the Holy Fire Usui, is that it actually heals religious trauma. I remember at my training, my teacher, in one of the experiences, I think it's like, there's this line, I surrendered the entire experience to the Holy Fire energy, to God and Jesus, the Holy Spirit. And I heard that and I was like, kind of like red flag, resistance. Oh my God, is this just like Christianized, another thing like Jesus worship stuff? But I allowed that resistance to come up, and I was like, okay, just like good to know that's where I'm at. Like still not fully on board with those terms and like what they connote. And now I'm able, Reiki really heals religious trauma. So healing the injury that happened to me and many of us that make certain religious terms or figures into something that maybe they're not, or specific connotations around them. Reiki can really heal and clear all of those connotations and allow and facilitate direct experiences with those energies in different ways of relating to them mentally, so that the word, I can say the word, hey Christy, hello, welcome, beautiful, so that the words God and Jesus, they just become energy. They become, kind of stripped away of all the BS, for lack of a better word. For some people, seeing God or seeing Jesus in a strictly Christian or Judaic or, whatever tradition can be, super soothing and super wonderful. But then, for others of us, it's like those connotations can be blocks to actually working with, relating to, and feeling close to those energies, and feeling just maybe not even close to, but like okay with them, right? Like it's all good. So this is the one of the things I heard, at the beginning. I think maybe as soon as my first training, is that like Reiki heals religious trauma and like all of these things. And I was taking my training in Louisiana, where it's like very Christian based, very Jesus based, and I was like, okay, this might just be like, to try and make this more palatable to like who's being taught. But what I found was, in the last year and a half, it's been a little bit longer than that since my first training, the religious trauma within my soul history, within my personal lifetime, my personal experience, I can definitely say has been greatly healed, and that, I'm really able to relate to any kind of religious figure or religion in healthier and healthier ways. Y'all, like this dragonfly just showed up. I think it was a dragonfly. Yeah, a little skinny thing. That has a significance, I'm sure. I'll have to look at it afterwards. Everything does, y'all. Everything. It's all it's all energy. It's all important. All the symbols, all the things, they definitely matter. So yes, in this today, Easter Sunday, that's a beautiful time. Like I remember Easter, Christmas, for years, these were times that I was like, I just am not really feeling it. And now, since actually, working with the Reiki energy, it's like now I'm able to like feel them on more whole, more receptive, more open, more joyful, frankly, levels of experience. And, no, I'm not like celebrating in any kind of traditional way or anything. Like, you could have looked at my day to day and be like, oh, this could have been any day. It was a very special day. Yes, I'm in Costa Rica, and it's absolutely beautiful. I'm on the Caribbean side. And you know what I treated to myself to this Easter is I went to a jaguar rescue center. And it's not just jaguars, it's an animal sanctuary for all different kinds of species around here that are hurt, that they've been injured a lot. The guy was saying, our tour guide, that 10 animals were brought to them yesterday. Like more and more animals every day, every year are being brought to them as this area becomes more and more populated. And actually what's injuring so many of the animals are the power lines here in Costa Rica, because they are not insulated. So, a monkey grabs hold of one and gets completely burned. Maybe it has a baby on the back, the baby falls to the ground, and then that baby needs a home. That baby needs an environment where they can learn the proper skills to be able to function in the wild. A sloth grabs the line and it's killed or burnt or, nearly killed. So a lot of different animals around here need to be taken in, and this sanctuary actually takes them in. I think it's so beautiful, and I kept having the thought, what if every zoo were a sanctuary? What if every zoo, instead of like, taking these animals from, I don't know how zoos work exactly, if they're like, going out finding animals and like, then just retaining them and putting them on display. But like, what if every zoo was really just like an animal sanctuary, taking in hurt animals? And so what's cool about this rescue center is that they really honor the animals too. So like, it was founded by 2 biologists who know a lot about animal behavior and their needs and everything, and they've learned so much about the process. I think 40% of the animals that they take in get back re-released into the wild, which is really wonderful. A large percentage of them do die because they've been injured so badly. But a percentage of this center, it gets no money from the government whatsoever. But in fact, it does tours every day, and so it's funded by those tours. People like me, you, if you come visit and pay, the $20 to take a tour, it's an hour and a half long. You learn a lot and get to see a bunch of animals. It's very cool. Highly recommend it. They take a percentage of that money and they give it to the government in order for them to start insulating those power lines, because I love that, because they're getting to the root cause. The root cause is these power lines are electrocuting like all these animals, hurt animals, creating hurt animals that then the center needs to take in. So this is a very, very enlightened place, and they're giving money back to the government, because the government, their excuse for not insulating the power lines is that the funding's not available. So, it's a political issue, they said. Yes, masks are being worn in Costa Rica. Depends where you are. For example, at the animal sanctuary, we did have to wear them. I was turned away from a grocery store the other day because I just had a bandana. I didn't have a proper mask. And so I was like, no problem. I'll just take my business elsewhere if they're not going to, accept my bandana. No biggie. It didn't look like a place I really needed to go anyway. There weren't a bunch of fruits and veggies. It looked like it was going to be like a green health food store, but really it's like good marketing. It looked like it was all the middle aisles of the grocery store where I don't buy anything anyway. But yeah, that was the animal sanctuary, and I can actually watch this, y'all. We can relate it to Reiki, because that's one of the things I wrote down here on my notebook, because I wrote things down before we started this live in case I needed ideas. So Reiki is very, very practical, and Reiki, what I wrote down here is Reiki Activism. So Reiki, when you feel otherwise powerless, all right, for example, the tour guide was sharing about this precious spider monkey. They have this monkey area, and spider monkeys, y'all, are so cool. They're really strong arms, long arms. I'm looking at myself, I'm like, I look kind of like a spider monkey. They have really nice strong arms, they have strong legs, and they have this epic strong tail that's like another appendage. It's like, the size of my arm. And so they had 2 of these spider monkeys in a cage, and one of them was like climbing around and playing and like, very wonderful and, really curious and, seemed pretty happy. And then there was this other one, y'all. It was like, you imagine someone at like a mental hospital who's like in the fetal, in the fetal position, kind of like this. Okay. Like that. This monkey was like that, y'all. It was so sad. And the tour guide had told us the story about, the monkey that was like, nice and interacting. He had told us about there was another monkey in an enclosure right behind the one where we were standing. And he told us about her story, and like she was one of the alphas, and then the other monkey that was moving around was another alpha female. And like they hated each other. They had to be separate. It was really funny. But then he started talking about Pacoito. So his name is Paco. And y'all, this guy, he had been chained to a pole his whole life for 28 years. And these spider monkeys apparently live about 30 years. And so he had been chained to this pole, and he had been fed a diet of like rice and beans and Coca-Cola. He had abscesses on his butt. He was overweight. He lost all his teeth, probably because his diet was so inadequate for him, and he had been eating a lot of sugar and, other things. He was like reduced to this 6 foot, maybe 7 foot little circle, his whole life chained to this pole, y'all. Like, I was tearing up when he was saying that, and I was looking at this monkey and like feeling this monkey. And how he's never going to be released. He's never going to be able to go back into the wild, because I think what they were saying, he has no social skills, whatsoever. He would just die. I think they have taken him to the jungle, and our tour guide is actually like the monkey specialist, and he like goes and cleans the cages and stuff. And he takes them out into the jungle for like practice time, basically, because they have this whole protocol for like re-releasing the animals. They got it dialed in. And I think every time that he was taken to the jungle, he'd go a little ways, and then he'd come back to the tour guide, Luis, beautiful gentleman, really big heart. He was so knowledgeable. And then like the monkey Paco would like climb, a little bit high, kind of look down, get afraid, and come back to the ground. So he had been very severely traumatized for 28 years being chained to a pole. I mean, imagine like a human child, really, because their intelligence level is very, very high, these monkeys. Like, imagine what would happen to a human child that's chained to a pole for 28 years. Grows into like an adult, chained to a pole for 28 years. Like, my goodness. Yeah, Jaguar Rescue Center in Puerto Viejo, Costa Rica. So, my intention in telling you this sad story is not to make you sad, but to say that in that moment, what snapped in really hard for me, I start, hearing this story, I just start sending Reiki hardcore to Paco, to the monkey. And there are many different Reiki techniques that you'll learn in Reiki 1 and 2. And one is you can send Reiki with your eyes. So I'm just staring at the monkey, sending big Reiki. I'm using the distance symbol to go back through time and space, clearing out this beautiful monkey's soul history, all that 28 years of trauma, just sending the distant Reiki. And then that distant Reiki is like a bridge of light, so it's clearing out. I'm sending the power symbol. I'm sending the mental emotional symbol big time too, because this is a monkey who had mental illness, was traumatized like a small human child by his inadequate, inhumane, just absolutely terrible life circumstances. So I just, the rest of the time the tour guide was talking, the other monkeys were going around, I'm just staring at this monkey sending Reiki. Just hardcore, everything that this monkey can receive. And and then another way, the activism, right, is like I'm telling all y'all about it. And too, like if you have it in your heart to like send some prayers for Pacocito, the spider monkey at the Jaguar Rescue Center in Costa Rica, Puerto Viejo. If you have Reiki, if you have energy healing, send him whatever energy you can access. Send him white light, include him in your prayers, because we can make a difference that way. It may sound a bit airy-fairy or like, oh, whatever, but Reiki is real. Reiki is as real as it freaking gets, okay? It's a non-physical energy. However, many of you know it has very, very physical manifestations and is very, very powerful. So it's wonderful once you're empowered with Reiki to be able to step into that Reiki activism. Let's say on the highway, anytime I pass by and like there's an ambulance or there's a car accident, I'm immediately sending Reiki, immediately using that distance symbol, immediately sending energy, where I still need to be driving or like I'm in a car being driven by someone else, but it's something you could do just on the spot. And again, if for some reason like Reiki is not wanted there, like it's not going to be received, but chances are is probably wanted, any kind of help, like in a desperate situation like that. So, but yeah, worst case scenario, it's not wanted, it's not going to go. But maybe, the police officer who's helping out or the EMTs that are helping out, maybe they could use some energy and, by osmosis, like they're the ones that are getting that good energy and are empowered with that mental emotional symbol, all right, to make really good decisions about how to best treat the person who was in the car accident and how to, all right, we need to like get them in the ambulance, we need to get them off the road, like empowering that enlightened action, that best case scenario. So in that way, let's say the victim didn't want Reiki for whatever reason, thinks it's voodoo, black magic, demon forces or something, all right, has really strong beliefs, but the Reiki goes to the helpers, and then what happens? The helpers end up saving the victim's life, because we sent Reiki. You never know. But I wanted to share that about the Reiki activism. It's really, really empowering to have this in your toolkit, right? Like, for example, another example is like everything that's going on in the world, right? Like dire straits, lots of circumstances that are, extremely challenging, extremely unsettling to say the least. And Reiki is one way where you're not lowering your vibration to like make a difference or play your part or contribute or fight, the battle or whatnot. You're actually raising your vibration and sending that enlightened energy, that healing energy, to create more sanity, more peace, more clarity, more harmony, more love in the world. And that's what we do in a big way with the World Peace Grid, which I've talked about on here before, which is very, very cool Reiki tool that is empowering that all followers of the world's religions and spiritual paths come together, not believe the same thing, but just coexist, like work together to create world peace, like be in harmony, like everyone who's on any kind of spiritual path, any kind of religious path, and even including atheists, agnostics, whatever, maybe believers in science, whatever the belief system is, that core philosophy that's driving human behavior, because we all have some sort of belief system. It may not fall into a certain religious or spiritual category, but the psychology of humans is such that we all have certain belief systems in order to function at all, so that all of us can just like relax and get that we each have different beliefs, we each have different practices, and we can share the space of this beautiful world in harmony, in peace. There's enough space for all of us. There's enough resources for all of us. There's enough love for all of us. There's enough light for all of us. There's enough space and an accommodation for each of us to shine to our fullest brightness. In fact, like, that's why we're here. That's why we're here right now. If you're here right now, you have a reason. You have a specific light to shine. You have a specific gift or talent or truth to express in some way through your body, through your life. And that's actually what's needed right now in order to create, bring forward, manifest this world that we want to live in. Like, it's easy to look outside and be like, things are a little shaky, things are a little bit, maybe not even a little bit. It looks like, poo has hit the fan, right? But we each have all of these powers and abilities, talents, gifts, truth, expressions, art, within ourselves, healing abilities, all kinds of things within ourselves. And Reiki really helps empower that, so that you can step into that light and start, shining that frequency that you are more powerfully, and thus affecting, your life profoundly and everyone who interacts with you, whether it's, direct, like family, friends, clients, relatives, the person at the grocery store you pass into, your neighbor. Like, even if you're never talking to your neighbor, but you start vibrating at a higher frequency, it's gonna affect them. It's gonna affect them. It really does. It's very, very amazing, y'all. We are all so connected. We are all so connected, and this energy, it travels. It's no problem. Wherever you are in the world, across space, wherever you are in terms of time, it doesn't matter. This is infinite energy that is in the now moment, all the time available. What else? I also, again, this is very practical, down to earth, earthy use of Reiki. Last night, I told y'all Puerto Viejo, it's a bit of a hopping place, okay? Kind of reminds me of Koh Phangan, Thailand, for those of you who have been. Like a Latin America, Caribbean style, like Koh Phangan. It's fun. It's very lively. And where I am, I thought I was getting to be like the most far removed place, and it was gonna be real quiet. And it is, but last night there was somebody playing really loud music, hard bass, the kind of situation where even if I put in earplugs or headphones, I was still going to be feeling that that vibration really hard. I was like really annoyed. I was like, man, am I going to be able to tolerate this for a week? Because that's where my mind goes. It's like, I'm here for another, 5 nights or whatever, however many nights. Like, am I going to have to just go to my next place early or something? And I'm like, you know what? I need to just send Reiki. So I started distance symbol, which you learn in Reiki 2, and mental emotional symbol, also in Reiki 2. And just was blasting it that way to the music, hoping to transmit some sanity, right? Because it wasn't like, soothing music. It's not the kind of music I would like to listen to. It was a bit, angry, like violent, harsh, disharmonic music. It was not the music of spiritual awakening. So I started sending all that Reiki to the people playing the music, and y'all, what happened was, like, immediately by sending the Reiki, I become very relaxed and more okay with the situation. Like I was able to relax into and like enjoy the YouTube video that I was watching. I was like, man, like, I'm really glad I found these people online, and I found a couple more like spiritual influencers who I really resonate with, because y'all, I stopped following like pretty much everybody. That's been part of my awakening too, is like, wow, there are so many false teachers, and there's so much like misinformation and just junk information that a lot of people are overloading on like all the time. And so I'm really, really conscious of that, and only very, very selective of anything I'm putting in this precious mind. Because I've had a mental health journey. It has taken a lot to get my mental health back, but it is not only back, it's like it's never been ever before, the functioning of my mind. So I was able to immediately, where am I going here? Reroute back to the story. By sending the Reiki, I relaxed. I was able to appreciate and drop into the moment. And y'all, guess what else happened? Very soon after that, the music stopped. All right, the loud music stopped. And I was like, I noticed it. It was just like, whew, peace, stillness, nature sounds, like really, really nice. Like just from this kind of feeling, like frenetic, like just like you're in a dense cloud, like like you're in a cloud of smoke, like from that to like just the smoke cleared, and you breathe in just like fresh, beautiful prana, nature prana. And I was like, oh my God, like, felt so good. Just the stop of the music felt so good. And I was like, okay, Tay, don't get too attached to this now, because it might just be like the CD ended or something, and like they're about to start back up. But y'all, it didn't start back up. Like that was it. And this was at like 7:30, maybe 8 o'clock. Like it was still early, and I was like, oh, you mean I'll get to really enjoy the rest of my time, maybe, that I'm awake, and then as I'm doing my meditation before bed, I can just like actually relax. The dragonfly's back, y'all. It's funny. What a relief, what a relief. And no music started back up. So you never know. That's the thing with Reiki. It's like I immediately feel better and am able to better accept the uncomfortable or the annoying situation, and detach from this need to just change it, move, like move my Airbnb, to like actually possibly influencing the result of the external situation, where these people suddenly regain sanity and they decide, hey, I'm done playing the loud music. Let's all go to the beach and enjoy the night sky, or whatever they did. It's a good tool, y'all. It's a really good tool. And even if that Reiki had no influence over them, it relaxed me. immediately, and it kept me relaxed and able to receive the blessings of the evening. So yeah, I think I've been going for about an hour, so I'll wrap this up. Unless y'all have any questions. If y'all have questions, let me know in the chat. Otherwise, please share this if you are feeling the healing and the invocation, if you're resonating with my message, with the energy, the vibe. Share this to your social media, any friends or family member who you think may benefit. If you're really feeling it, register for my Reiki 1 and 2 training. Again, that will be online in May. You can take it anywhere in the world. You will be certified. You will receive a certification certificate. You will be qualified and credentialed to give Reiki to yourself, to give Reiki to others. You can give Reiki professionally in person. You'll be empowered to do that, as well as empowered to professionally give Reiki online as well. Or if you just want to use it for family, friends, and that kind of thing, the activism that I was talking about, you don't have to ever charge anyone a thing for sending and sharing the Reiki energy. So it really is going to be a beautiful training, and I hope those of you who resonate feel empowered to follow your spiritual guidance and sign up. You know, what do you have to lose? Oh, wait, anything you're willing and ready to let go of and fall away. This is an opportunity to do that. Belinda has a question. Do you recommend anything to do to prep for the course? Yes. So I am going to send you a manual, and you can dig into that as soon as that's available. You'll also get an electronic manual. You'll have access to look at the manual online through the reiki.org website, and you can start nerding out on that manual just as soon as I set that up, and I'll get on that very soon. Otherwise, you know, spending more time in meditation, in contemplation, connecting with nature. There's something also I will send everybody who signed up for the course. That's a great question, Belinda. Because I'm like you, I'm like, let's start doing it now, like yesterday. There's a beautiful article in this is the Reiki, which manual is this? This is the Reiki 1 and 2 manual. This is the manual you'll get. There's this article, which I've talked about on here, maybe you remember, preparing for a Reiki attunement, placement, or ignition. There's a bunch of recommendations on here. And I will send you this. I'll send everybody who signed up for the course so far this sheet to read and to put into practice. And these are something you can start implementing right now. And I would say these are good, you know, like I shared on here before, like this is a good lifestyle. Like this isn't just, like to prep the 3 days before the attunement. It's like, these are good things to follow all the time. So yeah, I will go ahead and send that to everybody who signed up for the course, as well as get those manuals going, because I know especially for UK it can take a while to ship. And yeah, we got some time. We got like a month and a half, so I'll get that rolling. But y'all, if you're interested in signing up for the course, the link to that is in my bio, or it is in the YouTube description. Taylor A. Norris is my YouTube channel. You can find all of these Reiki live recordings there. You can also find them on my IGTV at Joyful Raw Life. Most of them are there too. And we will be back for day 34. Mañana por la mañana. Actually, it's probably not going to be in the morning. We'll see what time. It'll be whatever time I want to do this. I love y'all so much, y'all. Thanks for being here. Sending hugs, love. Happy Easter. Happy Easter, friends. Mwah. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Shine on, beautiful stars. Shine on.